My name is Kagiso Muimawama Semeni, the Managing Director of Blackmotion Productions, an events company that is based in Johannesburg, South Africa. So Blackmotion is 19 years. It was registered in 2005 as a lighting company, predominantly focusing on television lighting. And over the years, we've managed to grow into audiovisual and audio. The passion for lighting at Blackmotion Production comes from an experience I had when I was 13 years old, when I watched Lucky Dube perform for the first time in KwaNdebele, the former Eastern Transvaal. And it was an incredible moment because I got lost at a festival, and I had to be one of those lost and found kids that are brought onto the stage. And as Lucky Dube was about to perform, they had to announce to my mother that I was lost and she must come backstage to come get me. And as I was waiting on stage and they were doing this announcement, I saw Lucky Dube looking at me, and there was this beautiful red light that was just shining on his dreadlocks, and he had his guitar ready to go, and he almost smiled, or like he was smiling at me, and I was looking back at this light and this giant of a man, because Lucky Dube was quite tall and had broad shoulders, and he was holding this guitar, and this red light was just shining on his locks. And from that day on, I knew what I wanted to do. Our experience in lighting developed when I was still at tertiary in Tshwane University of Technology, and later had an internship with a company called MJ Events Gear, and subsequent to that I went to Urban Brew Studios, and we got to do a lot of television lighting, and that's where I honed my skill as a lighting technician, lighting director at the time. And throughout the years, we've built, even with our inventory, we've built a lot more on lighting, and we've managed to do the biggest shows for the South African Broadcasting Corporation and events in South Africa. Planning for an event is one of the most crucial elements at Blackmotion. Before we even print out a prep sheet, we need to understand, sit down with the client and understand what is their vision, what is their objectives, and what are they trying to achieve with that event. And then we'll go to the drafts department and start drawing the plan or the flow layout of the show, how it's going to look like. And then from there we deduct the equipment that would be used for that particular show, and we print out a prep sheet for the guys who then in the warehouse have to prep all the equipment, load it in the truck, and before they actually load it in the truck, they test the equipment and then onto the truck and to the venue. One of the highlights in our career has been lighting television shows at Urban Brew Studios, Friends Like These. We've even went on, as we were building the business, moving from lighting or adding from lighting to sound and audiovisual. We've managed to do shows for the Nelson Mandela Foundation with the former president of America, Barack Obama, and previously we had done Bill Clinton, and also there was an incredible event called Isitunzi Sawafazi with Oprah Winfrey, amongst others are television shows and live recordings for gospel artists in South Africa. Part of our growth as a company and how we develop the human resource is that we developed a Blackmotion Academy, where we take young men and young women who are leaving tertiary or are leaving their high school, and are looking for on-the-job training, and we develop the young people in sound, lighting, audio-visual, LED screens, and that is one of the strategies we are using in expanding our footprint across Africa, and we would like to develop the academies across the Southern African countries so that we can feed and upgrade and upskill our youth. The passions that I have in the industry is developing young people and giving them an opportunity to develop themselves and find themselves in the industry and decide which part, whether it's lighting, it's sound, it's audio-visual, where they want to find themselves or see themselves fitting in.
Currently, I am a sound technician at Blackmotion Academy. That's where I'm currently learning how to operate a mixing console, what is a console, how to operate a speaker, a lot of things that I'm just currently learning. And because where I'm at, it's a lighting company, I've also learned lighting, which is another key element in the industry.
We're working here for 4 months, and learning the industry has been the biggest thing for me, you know. Learning how things operate in the industry, meeting the people, meeting the clients, you know, having one-on-one conversations with the clients. That's been a big, like a huge aspect of the reason why I'm in this industry and the reason why I joined the academy. I enjoyed working with the artists. That's been a big thing for me. I would say that my highlight would be working with Miss Thandiso Mazwai. That's been like the biggest thing since I got here.
The reason I joined the academy is because I have passion in the sound industry and I wanted to learn more with the sound. So when I got to Blackmotion, it was totally different from what I expected. I was expecting cameras and like just entertainment, and I found out that we're more backstage, we're more behind the scenes. So people get to see our work, but they don't get to see who we are. And so we've done more TV, more live production. So we've done more shows. We did the Thandiso show at Carnival City, which was like my first big concert. We got to spot Thandiso Mazwai, and that was a big achievement for me, as it was my first time at a big concert.
Blackmotion production has blue chip clients, some of which are sitting at the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and that has given us an incredible strategy to build our business into the future. And we see our future creating a footprint across the Southern Africa because we have clients outside of South Africa, and also developing the human resource in the business to make sure that we can accommodate different types of events, different types of television shows, as we increase the assets that you see behind me, so that we are able to achieve the international standards that we've been able to produce over the years.
Kagiso Muima from Blackmotion Productions. Let it be live!